Well, hello everyone. We're back. 2 Revs on a bench. However, Barbara Ann has metamorphosized into David. What's it like, Barbara Ann, David? I'm not talking about a gender role. I'm more. You've changed denominations. And
yes, you thought I was just moving on.
That's right.
From New Kilpatrick.
That's right. The beard suits you, by the way. Yeah. So it's lovely to have you on the bench. That's why I grew it,
because I kept being mistaken for it.
So how's been summer? Summer's been... Well, you know, we're sitting out here on the bench thinking, that would have been great. The sun must have been shining for the last 3 years, and we picked the day that decides not to. But
well, it's not... when we moved up here about exactly 3 years ago.
Was it? Right, goodness.
It was really, really hot, and I think it was hot for a week. And then everybody said, "Oh, you know, Glasgow's not like this, you know." So it then rained, and it rained quite a lot. And when it wasn't raining, it was more like this. Although it's very warm, isn't it?
It's still warm. It's
you can't tell, but it's very warm.
So does that change? Does summer change how you do things in worship and church and congregational life?
Well, we have, I know you have the lectionary that we can keep to.
Yeah.
And I think you can get so tied down by keeping to the lectionary, and you're forced, you know, to go through these. And very often you preach on the gospel rather than on one of the other readings. And actually, the last few weeks, I've thought to myself, I think we were doing... one of the parables, and I focused on that, and somebody said, "Yeah, but what about Paul's letter to the Romans?"
Of course,
you know, that was the other reading. Why did you not refer to it?
I don't like Paul,
and I thought
twitch every time I mention him.
And I just thought, actually, so I now try and look at all 3 readings. We have 3, and I now try and look at all 3 and see if there's a link. Which isn't always easy, which is quite challenging.
We're not as clever as that here.
I'm not trying to paint myself this brilliant theologian.
Yes. We'll let you know.
But this week, I mean, I know you haven't been keeping
Well,
very
what we did
closely.
is really payback time for the congregation, because we asked both, because we have a linked joint services with the Cross Church, and what we did this year over the summer, for the 8 weeks we have our joint services, we asked the whole congregation, what parables would you like? All from Luke. What parables? And I think some have chosen the ones that they really liked, and some have chosen ones that they really didn't know anything about. So we've had this kind of mishmash of the top. We do the top 8 every week, so we have the chart song tune going, you know, and we reel this week's parable. No one knows what it's going to be until they arrive at church, including the ministers, you know. So
one of the churches I was at, we did it must have been the parable of the Good Samaritan. And the church warden came up to me beforehand and he said, "I'm just warning you, nobody has ever preached well about the parable of the Good Samaritan," which is quite an interesting thing to tell you when you go walking in.
Right.
And I nervously went to him afterwards and said, "Was that all right?" And he went,
just keep you down. Yes, that takes away. That keeps you humble, doesn't it? Yeah. But you've been doing. But you kind of think this week coming is the start of the Commonwealth Games and things like that, and it's just trying to do something sensible that links with that.
Do you know what? I used to be a sports reporter on the newspaper. The look on your face, the look of shock and disbelief. And I was a sports reporter, and I had to go to all these things, which then put me off sport for life.
I was never really into it, I have to say.
And I'm not. But it's, you know, I go to, you know, at our church, I'm listening to all the people talking about cricket or the World Cup. Talking about.
Is there something going on?
Yes. Maybe it's appropriate. We're on a bench. You know. See, there's
a red card.
Reference. And I'm not really into it, but I did think, well, hang on, Glasgow Commonwealth Games. And then all the other sporting things that have happened, the open golf and the
tennis and all the rest of it.
And I just thought, actually, there's enough references in the Bible. You know,
totally is.
Your
Absolutely.
favourite St. Paul
that's right.
refers a lot, uses sporting reference, because he was writing to people who were attending Olympic Games and other games.
Yeah, that's true.
And it meant something to them. So he very often wrote about running the race, running the perseverance, training. And I thought, actually, we could have a sports, just sort of...
because you're always trying to find that link, because religion is not meant to be, completely divorced from everything. It's completely tangled up in it. We were doing that on Sunday, actually, with it kind of being tangled up in the weeds and all the rest of it. But so we've got to just find all these references, even if we don't necessarily like them. No, however, the cricket reference in the Bible, when Peter was bold. And on that note...
Do you mind if I don't use that one?
So we invite you to pop into All Saints or the Cross Church, where Kilpatrick and the Cross Church are together, and work out how many references you can find between religion and what's going on in the world. That'd be a good quiz.
What's going on around you, let alone what's going on further. It's a great thing to look at.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do all the time. But anyway, we will be back on the bench doing exactly that in due course. Good to see you. Bye.